Hey, welcome back to Plants vs. Zombies. In this episode, we're going to finish off Chapter 3, starting with 3.8. Oh no, we have a dolphin rider zombie. That's just a little bit scary. What am I supposed to do about that? Probably use Tangle Kelp. That seems to me probably the best option for that. Let's see what we want here. I'm going to give myself these. I'm going to give myself Tangle Kelp, Squash. And I'm going to give myself some spikeweed. I feel like that might be a beneficial strategy. So let's go with something like that. I'm a little bit scared about that dolphin zombie. They move very, very quickly in the water. So that's going to be a little bit concerning, but nothing we can't handle. We are adventurers. Well, I wouldn't say we're adventurers. We're not really going anywhere. We are defenders. We are defenders of the home. That is really all there is to it. We are defenders of our house. So let's go ahead and defend our house. That's what we are gonna be doing all day long, is defending the house from the incoming invaders. Which is what we are gonna do all day long, my good old friend. So let's go ahead and do such things. Oh, I shouldn't have put down that I was gonna say I shouldn't have put down that sunflower, but we still have 75 suns, so I suppose I could have put down that sunflower. Not a big deal, I guess. So let's go ahead and put down that guy right there. And all will be well. So yeah, we're starting out with some basic zombies, which is what we always like to do. Start out with some basic zombies. And put down some basic pea shooters, which should be simple enough to deal with as we accumulate our simple sunflowers. So let's go ahead and do that and not worry about the water to start out with, because we don't want to worry about the water yet. And the water is going to be a problem because those damn dolphin zombies are going to be a nuisance. And I'm not excited about dealing with them, but we do have Tangle Kelp. I mean, Tangle Kelp only costs 25 sun, but the main problem is that they take quite a bit of time to recharge, which is really the main problem, is that they take like a million years to recharge, but at the same time, they are still very, very helpful, so I am not going to complain too much. You gotta deal with what you gotta deal with in video games, as we like to say, so that's really all there is to it, man. It's really all there is to it. So let's go ahead and put down another sunflower. As I like to say, we don't generally need to have more sunflowers than this in a water level, but having the sunflowers in the water is just generally a nice luxury to have. So I like to put the sunflowers in the water just for the sake of doing so, just so we have some extra sun. We don't desperately need to do that, but at the same time, it's nice to have. Not a big fan of the fact that we have two zombies showing up in the water here at the same time. I could live without that. I could live without this reality. So can you guys not show up in the water at the same time? That would be super nice. That would be super nice. Oh no, we also have a conehead zombie showing up in the water at the same time, which I could live without. Can you not do what you're doing, Mr. Guy? Thank you very much for not being a problem. But that's exactly what you want to be, is a problem. So thank you for being a problem. I don't know why I'm thanking you, but then again, that's what we like to do. We like to thank people because we are kind. Even though we are thanking the invaders of our house. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our last sunflower here and start accumulating all of the sun we want to accumulate. Okay, so now I'm assuming we're going to start running into dolphin zombies. That's what my guess is. I wouldn't be surprised if we start running into dolphin zombies now. Now that we're at the first major wave. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, so he's gonna be a problem. So I'm gonna let him show up if he wants to show up, because I've got Tangle Kelp. So I'm gonna go ahead and tangle his kelp. It's pretty great, my good old friend. So you can go ahead and get out of here, Mr. Dolphin Zombie. I don't like you at all. Not at all whatsoever. Okay, let's go ahead and get our second column of snow peas all set up. And once we get our second one, now that we have our second column of snow peas, we can start putting down some repeaters. Now that we have 525 suns, so let's go ahead and start doing that. Hello again, Mr. Dolphin Zombie. I'm gonna place yet another Tangle Kelp here, so you can go ahead and just get the heckles out of here, since I'm not interested in you. Because I'm not interested in your nonsense. Now, I really do appreciate the fact that repeaters respawn so quickly. It is very, very nice. The problem is my Tangle Kelp is not doing what I want him to do as quickly as I want him to do it. Squash, are you going to be able to crush this dolphin zombie? Yes, you are. Thank you very much. You were my saving grace there, so thank you very much. I appreciate you, Squash. I definitely do. Not sure what I would have done otherwise if I didn't have the Squash. So thank you very much, Squash, for existing. Very much so, I appreciate you. Okay, so now we have a nice defense going here, which is super nice, and what I like to see. I suppose at this point we could probably put another column of ice peas. I suppose there's really nothing wrong with that. So I suppose we can do such things. I suppose we can do that, so let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully there's not more than one dolphin zombie that shows up. That would be unfortunate. There is more than one dolphin zombie that showed up, which is kind of unfortunate. So let's go ahead and... Oh no! Okay, we killed him. Alright, good. I was a little bit concerned about that. And we were able to win. Okay, very good. We got a tall nut. Tall nuts are nice because dolphins can't jump over tall nuts. Heavy-duty wall they can't be vaulted over. Yes, tall nuts cannot be vaulted over by dolphin zombies or pole vaulting zombies, which is very, very helpful. Very, very helpful indeed. So let's go ahead and put down our main sources of defense. I'm not going to worry about a squash this time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with these. I'm going to go with the Tangle Kelp and the Spikeweed, and I'm going to go with the Tall Nut rather than the squash. So let's go with that this time. Let's go with that this time. I feel like that might be beneficial for us, so let's go with that this time. I feel like that might help us out in some fashion. That might help us. So let's destroy the world in some fashion or another. The zombies showing up like right off the bat here, which I don't appreciate, but hey, it is what it is. So you guys show up when you want to, I guess. It's not a big deal. I guess it's not a big deal when you show up. I've got plenty of sun to deal with. You guys showing up on the same row, which helps me. That definitely helps me out, showing up on the same row. I don't have to worry about spending another 100 sun on pea shooters, which is helpful. So thank you very much for that. I'm gonna start focusing on my sunflowers more so, which helps me out very significantly. My good old friend. Thank you very much, my friend. Let's go ahead and get some sun and destroy the world. Brains. Yes, brains indeed. I do indeed have brains, and you're not allowed to have those brains. I need those brains to function. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying to you, my good friend. Alright, hello there, Mr. Tall Nut. I'm gonna go ahead and put down that tall nut so Mr. Pole Vaulting Zombie cannot do what he wants to do. So let's go ahead and do that. And the good thing about tall nuts is that they last quite a bit longer than regular walnuts. So that's gonna help. That is gonna help significantly. So it seems to me that we're probably gonna want to put a column of tall nuts right there. I feel like that might be a beneficial strategy for us. So that's probably what we're gonna want to do. When the time comes, that's probably what we're going to want to do, is place down a column of tall nuts right there. So let's go ahead and do that, because that might work out in some fashion or another, my good old friend. Okay, so I'm not as particularly worried about sunflowers at this particular moment in time. because I'm a little bit more concerned about putting down something for our defense than I am worried about sunflowers at this particular moment. So let's concern ourselves with defense, and then we'll worry about sunflowers once we have more of a defense going. Even though we do have 150 suns, so I suppose I can go ahead and place one more sunflower. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with such things. Can I get one more sun, please? One more sun, please. Thank you very much. I much appreciate you, video game. Much appreciate your cooperation in this video game. Okay, so we're doing pretty well here. There's three main waves we're gonna have to deal with here. So let's go ahead and get ready to deal with these 3 main waves. Okay, are we gonna start dealing with dolphin zombies now? I would assume probably so. I would assume probably so. Oh no, we have a freaking buckethead zombie now. I suppose I'm gonna go ahead and put down a repeater for that buckethead zombie. Suppose that might be something we might want to do, because I don't want to deal with that buckethead zombie. I'm a little bit surprised we haven't come across any dolphin zombies yet. Although I know we're going to be dealing with also zombonis, so I'm going to have to start preparing for that. We don't have nearly as much sun as I would like to have. We haven't really started accumulating as much sun as I would like to be having right now. So let's start trying to get as much sun as we can here. I feel like that might be beneficial if we started getting some sun. Okay, so let's go ahead and start placing down some spikeweed. Let's go ahead and start doing that. Spikeweed might be helpful for us, so let's go ahead and start placing down some spikeweed, especially for the eventual zombonis that are going to start showing up. Okay, there is the dolphin zombie. I was prepared for you, Mr. Dolphin Zombie. Thank you very much. I was ready for you, my good friend. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue placing down spikeweed, because that's what we want to do, is do that. Okay, so we're up to 225 sun, which is perfect. What I like to see. Okay, we have some pole vaulting zombies now, so they're going to be a problem, but let's go ahead and put down a tall nut so that guy cannot vault over it. So let's do that, shall we? That would be helpful. But when they don't have their pole vaults, those zombies are really a non-issue. So I'm not concerned about them even in the slightest. So they can exist if they so choose to. They won't exist very much longer though. Okay, so we are doing pretty well here. Let's go ahead and place down another repeater here. And we'll go ahead and place down another spikeweed right there. It seems like having 2 columns of spikeweeds right behind tall nuts might be a beneficial strategy, so that's probably what we're going to try to go for. The good thing about tall nuts is that they also recharge quite quickly, so that's going to help. That is going to help out in some fashion. Goodbye, Mr. Dolphin Zombie. You can go away. I don't want you here any longer, even though you were here for only a brief time. Let's go ahead and put down that repeater. Okay, you guys are gonna be an issue. Can I kill off this dolphin zombie before he destroys my plant? That's something I can do. Or is he gonna kill my plant before I have a chance to kill him? That's exactly what he's gonna do. Alright, fantastic. Well, that's gonna be an issue. And I am not a big fan of him, my good old friend. Okay, you guy are gonna be an issue. This guy right here. So can we kill him? Thank you. Okay, so we have a buckethead zombie in the water, so let's go ahead and place a repeater right there. So these spikeweeds are coming in relatively useful. I would like them to annihilate these pole vaulting zombies a little bit faster, though. Thank you very much. Hello there, dolphin zombie. Gonna use a tangle kelp on you, my friend. So we were able to take care of the Zomboni, which is helpful. We don't want the Zomboni to stick around for longer than him, you know, showing up like, immediately and then dying immediately. So that's exactly what we want. I'm looking forward to when we do eventually get Spike Rocks. That'll be super nice for when we eventually get Spike Rocks. But that's quite a ways away, so let's not get too excited about that. The cool thing now is that when we deal with dolphin zombies is that we can just kind of kill off dolphin zombies before they actually show up in my plants. So we don't desperately need Tangle Kelp anymore, provided my plants can actually deal enough damage to those dolphins without being distracted by other zombies. So that's going to help. Alright, let's go ahead and place some tall nuts in the water here. I think that might help out in some fashion or another. I'm gonna go ahead and... No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna place down a Tangle Kelp, but I don't think I want to do that. Oh, this is gonna be a problem. Gonna get rid of you, Mr. Guy. Gonna get rid of you. I don't want to deal with you. Mr. Tallnut, can you recharge so I can actually use you? Is that something you can do for me? Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got a pretty good defense here. I'm feeling pretty safe, so I think we're in pretty good shape here. I think we are in pretty good shape to destroy the world, but mostly these zombies. So let's get them out of my face. Over 1,000 suns, so we're pretty good. And then there's the note. So there we go. Hello, we heard you were having a pool party. We think that is fun. We'll be right over. Sincerely, the zombies. That's a lot of zombies, man. That is a lot of zombies, and I'm just a little bit scared, but that is okay. So are you gonna give me the plants that I actually need here? Is that something you're gonna do, or are you gonna not give me plants that I need? That would be unfortunate. Okay, so let's go ahead and place a walnut right, a tall nut right there. Aha. So you're giving us torchwood now too, huh? That's kinda cool. I think that's neat. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this guy using a jalapeno because I don't like him. I want him gone. I want him to go away. I'm not interested in his nonsense. Go ahead and place another tall nut right there, and place another tall nut right there for that conehead zombie. Because I don't want to deal with him. But you're not really giving me really any defensive plants here, or offensively defensive plants here. Which I don't really appreciate all that much. So are you mostly just going to give me three-peaters? Is that mostly what you're going to give me here? I suppose that's kind of cool. I'm not going to be upset about a bunch of three-peaters, because they are very, very helpful. They shoot, obviously, 3Ps, which is kind of cool. I am not going to complain about this, my good old friend. Gonna put down some spikeweed all day long and destroy the entire world. Hello there, Buckethead Zombie. You certainly exist, but I'm not scared of you at all. Okay, so we're doing pretty well here. Okay, so this is gonna be an issue. So I've got a squash. I have an emergency squash, which is helpful. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that emergency squash, but we certainly had one. So that is super nice, but now we're gonna be using a bunch of torchwood, which is also very helpful. I'm not gonna complain about a bunch of torchwood, because torchwood, I'm pretty sure torchwood doubles the damage that your peas deal. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure it doubles the damage, which is super nice. Super nice indeed. So we got zombonis as well, which is a serious nuisance, but nothing we can't handle. Nothing we are incapable of dealing with. And we have a lot of we have a whole bunch of peas flying at these guys now, which is pretty wild. Can I get some more torchwood? That would be wonderful if I could get some more. But what am I going to use this squash for? That is the big question. I'm not entirely sure. I could probably use this squash for something or other. The question is what, though? I don't know. I could probably use it for something or other. The question is what? I have no clue. But something or other, my friend. So yes, these 3 Peters are coming in very, very helpful. Can I get one more Torchwood? That'd be marvelous-tastic. No, Mr. Zamboni, I'm not gonna let you show up. Sorry, I'm not gonna let you do that. That is not what I'm gonna let you do. I'm going to get rid of you as quickly as physically possible. Thank you very much, Mr. Zamboni. So can you go away? I'm not getting spikeweed quite as often as I would like to. I mean, the good thing is that I do have jalapenos. So jalapenos are a good backup for the times that I'm kind of low on spikeweed. So that is super nice. Oop! I didn't even have to use the jalapeno there. We're dealing so much damage to these zombonis just by using peas that they're just being destroyed right off the bat, which is totally fine. Which I am not going to complain about whatsoever. So we don't need any more Torchwood. That is not necessarily something we need. So I'm gonna go ahead and not use the Torchwood because I'm not interested in the Torchwood anymore. Because we don't have to use it any longer. So let's just keep on using Tangle Kelp. Feel like that might be somewhat helpful. If I can get another column of tall nuts going, that'd be great. I feel like that would be helpful somehow. Okay, so we have 3 columns of 3 Peters, which is going to be very helpful for us. I don't really need any of these plants that you have going here. And I suppose what I can do is I can go ahead and place these squashes right here. And get rid of that Zomboni right off the bat, which is helpful. There's another set of tall nuts that I can place down. So I'm not going to be upset about that. And just like that, we have done it. Huzzah! Yay! The sea shroom, aquatic plant that shoots short-range spores. Alright guys, that is where I'm going to go ahead and call today's video. So thank you for watching this episode. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy it. I will see you guys in the next one when we start Chapter 4. As always guys, I really do appreciate you watching. It truly, truly does mean the whole world to me. I will see you guys in the next video.